What's up, you guys? It is Margot, and today we're going to be talking all about spring cleaning, getting ready for the spring. I know it's so cliche, but it is nice when the weather starts warming up, start switching out your closet, doing all that stuff to just make sure you have a clean palette where you're living. I'm in a dorm room, so this is going to be kind of like a college edition, but this can really apply to anyone. Thank you so much to Poshmark for sponsoring this video. I'm going to be explaining in a bit how Poshmark really helps the whole process of spring cleaning. They're going to be your friend, I promise. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. I decided this video was necessary when I went outside and it was 50 degrees. That means to me that spring is coming because we've been dealing with some pretty harsh weather here in Syracuse, so any beam of sunlight that we get is good news. So I'm taking full advantage of that and saying that it's fully becoming spring right now. I don't care if it dips back down to 20. We saw the 50 degrees. I think the most important thing whenever you start organizing or cleaning is making your bed. I think that's definitely the focal point in your room. So if you just have a clean space to kind of work on, that's so important. Definitely if you're making your bed, especially if you're organizing everything else, just take the opportunity to clean your sheets, swap out new ones. It just will make you feel so much better, and it makes the whole process better because you know at the end of the day, after a big day of cleaning, you can climb into a nice, clean, warm bed. My next advice for cleaning is to focus on different surfaces and spaces. So instead of looking at a messy room and being completely overwhelmed, it helps so much just to look at one section and say, I'm gonna tackle this, and then move to another section. I personally like to start with doing my favorite things and the most fun things to organize first. So usually I'll organize my makeup area first and my vanity, my jewelry, all of that stuff, just because I don't really mind doing that. And then once I'm kind of in the flow, I don't mind cleaning up my clothes or any other surfaces that I have. So if you're in college or live in a dorm room or anything like that, you might have the same thing as me where I kind of have like a box of snacks and just foods that I can snack on. That's so important to just go through, dump everything out, figure out what you're actually eating, what you maybe forgot about, need to just toss out. It's really easy for snacks just to fall at the bottom of the bin, and that's kind of gross if you just keep them there. So I like to do this every 2 or 3 weeks, but if you're just cleaning your whole space, you might as well do it then. This part is so important. When you're transitioning from winter to spring, you really have to evaluate your closet and figure out what you want and what you don't want and what's going to be important to have. It's so easy to get attached to clothes and say, well, I didn't wear this year, but like it might be in fashion next year. No. If you didn't wear something once for a whole season, you have to say your farewells. Especially if you're living in a space with such small closets, it's just, you just have to realize that you want space for the good stuff and you don't want your good stuff to be smushed. So you might as well just get rid of the clothes that you're not wearing as much because they're honestly just taking up space. So that's where our friend Poshmark comes in handy. Poshmark is a buying and selling clothing app. I actually used this in high school. I sold everything that I had put on there, so I know that this actually works and people interact. This app is so helpful when you're cleaning out your closet just because it doesn't feel like you're just throwing things out. Obviously, if you can donate your clothes, that's great, but this is just a super easy way to make money while you're organizing. So all you do is you just go through your closet, figure out what you're maybe not wearing as much. If you bought something and you've never worn it, but it can be lightly used, take a picture either of the item or of you in it and upload it to the app. It's literally so easy. It's also fun to follow people and you can search for brands. I was talking to my roommate about this and she said that she loves using Poshmark because they do have pretty high designer brands on there. So you can buy really good quality things. Also, you don't have to worry about shipping because there's a flat shipping rate that's already included in the sale. So although you are responsible for shipping out the item, they make it super easy and worry-free because that cost will be covered. You guys can follow my profile. I will be selling things on there because I definitely need to get rid of things. My handle is Shop Margot Lee. Right now it is only United States, but I think they're working to make it international, so stay tuned if you're international. but you can download the app Poshmark on the App Store or for the Android, so it's super easy. I'll leave the links down below if you guys are interested, but can't complain about making some money when you're organizing. Best of both worlds. Something else that's so important when you're organizing is going through your cosmetics and figuring out what's old, what maybe is cracked or what you don't use anymore, and just tossing that. It's honestly not very sanitary to have makeup around for too long, especially mascaras or lip glosses. Think about all the bacteria that can grow in there. So if you're really just detoxing your space, it doesn't hurt to throw some things away and just take a trip to Sephora or whatever, restock just for this season. This might seem obvious, but it's really nice to just have this as part of the process. That also means that going through your junk drawer, just looking on your table if you have any loose papers that you don't need anymore, throwing things out and recycling them. Last but not least, I know everyone's gonna hate me for saying this, but in the process of organizing, just do your laundry. It will literally make such a big difference, and to be able to have everything nice, clean, and folded at the end of the day when you're done organizing is gonna feel so good. I know this video might have been overwhelming, but I promise you, once you're kind of in the role of getting things organized and getting things cleaned, it feels so good, and it's kind of fun, honestly. Turn on a good playlist. I'll leave a good Spotify playlist that's public, that Spotify made. That's so good. It's a good cleaning playlist. If you guys do some organizing, send me some pictures on Twitter or Instagram. I always look at all my DMs, and I love reading your guys' messages. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and yeah. I love you guys so much. Make sure to check out the Poshmark app. It's literally a lifesaver. Maybe you guys will be sporting some of my things because I'm going to be adding some things on there. And yeah, I love you guys. Mwah.